Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Pisces reading. The full moon is on August 31st, Wednesday, on the west coast of the U.S., and it's in Pisces. So this is a particularly rich full moon. It happens pretty much the same time each year. So this is really about an opportunity to adjust our frequency, our vibration, so that we're getting the most out of the opportunities before us. So Sagittarius, let's get started with your overall energy. I am going to do an extended reading from this. I'm experimenting, and if I'm successful, you'll find the link in the description box below. I also always forget to welcome new and old people and let you know how much I appreciate your spending time with me. So with that, your overall energy, Sagittarius, is the Knight of Swords. A lot of discovering going on. This is you exploring new ideas and concepts. You may be in particular pulling in a variety of ideas into different efforts that you're making towards something you're building. You may be revisiting ideas, remembering ideas, being reminded of truths or inspirations that you've received in the past. And my sense is that you're going about digging for those. As much as you are exploring in an outer way, you are also discovering, and that requires some unearthing of things that you may have done or said or written about in the past. You're integrating these ideas into your efforts. Right now, I'm not sure what those efforts are, but the focus is on writing, documenting, recording, making a list, your words, your expression, your ability to communicate, how you communicate, perhaps finding ways and comfort with communicating with a number of supporters of yours in a way that you're learning to allow in. You're learning to ask for what you need help with, but you're also learning to receive the help that you've asked for. And this continues to be a growth curve for you because you're still learning how to receive and relax in the overwhelm of ideas and inspirations you may be receiving at this time. In the position of the moon, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is precisely what you've been doing for some time now. Despite all of the signals and energy and green lights you're receiving, you're realizing that every step you make forward requires you to be anchored in your own authority, in your own voice. You are constantly receiving suggestions, ideas, ways to move forward that may be new or familiar to you, but every step requires at this time for you to go back into self, to sort out what feels good, what feels that it is yours, what feels authentic to you, so that you are representing yourself in a way that claims who you are, that centers who you are, what your ideas are, that reflects an authentic picture of who you are. There are no frills here. You're not interested in bells and whistles. You're interested in being who you are, just who you are. And you're not concerned if that doesn't have the decorative gloss that sometimes feels required in our media-driven conscious world. You are okay with simply being who you are, offering the wisdom that you have. That is your particular expertise. You are a teacher, you are a sage, and you're really trying to uncover that energy as a way of grounding the communications and the ideas that you're fielding. The position of the Sun card is the Five of Swords. So among the variety of ideas that are coming to you, the opportunities to write, speak, talk about these ideas is an old story about your capacity, an old story about your value or worthiness that you keep encountering. The value of that is you have the opportunity now to relax into your efforts to release this old story. You now see that the sense of self-doubt and insecurity that you've often met as you attempt to achieve something that's important to you is really more about the feedback you've received and that you haven't been able to separate yourself from. And this is possibly the result of some conditioning, some trauma or disappointment that you had as a child, the result of some labeling that you received. You're no longer, you are still struggling with these labels, but you're also picking your battles. You really understand that this is about the fears of others, that your ability to shine who you are has nothing to do with others' assessment of your value, that only your own confidence about what you're doing, your own alignment with what is true for you is what matters in this case. And you are instead understanding that these are simply battles you have fought in the past. You may fight them selectively as they bear on your forward movement, but you are no longer blocked by this. You are, in fact, more aware that the circle, the alliances that surround this kind of reception you've received is no longer relevant to your life. In fact, these haters are only validating your worth, your value, the success potential of your ideas. In the present, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment is about your having another opportunity to achieve something that is on purpose for you, that is about the reason that you were made. It's about the gifts you have for the world, the gifts that the world is in fact waiting for. You may have spent many, many years on a merry-go-round around something that you desperately wanted, something you feel that you were built for, you were made for, but it has eluded you in some significant way in the past. And it has been difficult to stay clear, to stay focused on this desire because of the kind of rejection you've experienced in various ways around this particular achievement, this particular expertise you have. It has been rejected in the past. You have been cast out. You have been isolated or marginalized, and you are now able to work through that by, instead of grooming yourself to fit in, by simply being who you are and no longer apologizing for who you are, instead understanding that it is your uniqueness that makes what you have to offer so valuable. You have a perspective that's unique to you, and others are attending to that. Others have always seen it. But again, there are those who have blocked you, sabotaged your efforts, taken credit for your ideas or your work, and you're now aware of that and more keenly invested in simply shining your light, pursuing your mission, pursuing the goals that you know are around the call of your purpose. In the past, the Five of Wands, again, another area that you are seeking to change as a result of experiences you had in childhood. This can be around the way relationships look to you in your family of origin or in your formative years. A lot of conflict, a lot of disagreement, a lot of arguing, a lot of words, wordplay, cruel words, discredit, and yet you have mounted the effort to come to an agreement with individuals in your environment to work on goals by agreement, to consciously do things together with the expectation that one supports the other in the spirit of equity, not in the spirit of competition or tit for tat. Competition is positive when it brings out the best in others, and that works best when people are able to work together as a team with the knowledge that no individual has the solution or the answer, but that together you will create a solution or something that is worthy. Along the way, you all learn things, and this is part of what you are clinging to as your model now of the way in which relationships may work for you, Sagittarius. You may not be a joiner in a conventional way, but you do know that you need others. You've come to learn that. And you are aware that what you've seen of relationships, what you've seen in dysfunctional professional or personal relationships is not the way it need be. You're absolutely a team player, but you're now claiming your place on the team with authority, with equity, understanding that you are not only an equal member, but your skills at equity, participation as a team member, cooperation, respecting the differences of others, seeing where support is needed, and stepping back when others can provide leadership are the exact skills needed for you to not only move forward towards your goals successfully, but towards a world in which others can learn to work together cooperatively, collectively. In the future, the High Priestess. The full moon in Pisces is really amplifying the higher vibrations of the potential for elevated awareness and consciousness. You're growing your consciousness. You're opening up your sensitivity. Your innate, automatic desire, at least at this point, is to work alone, is to work without everybody knowing everything you're into. That's for a variety of reasons. You've been betrayed, you've been neglected in the past, you've had your ideas stolen, and others take those ideas to the bank, and you have never been acknowledged even in such a transaction. But you are at a place now where you realize that you have experienced these things because of your unique wisdom, knowledge, and awareness, because of your ability to, your perspective that sees things that others may not see. You're also, during the time of this full moon, sensing, your senses are elevated. You're able to move back and forth through your life, through the lives that are informing yours, and really building up on this foundation of self-knowledge. It is this self-knowledge that contributes to the wisdom that you hold, and the wisdom that you are looking to express in a variety of ways that increases everyone's ability to reflect the power of the sun's rays, and that is about being one's authentic self. So you're still on that journey, Sagittarius. I'm going to clarify the Judgment card here, the Death card, and the Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. This is so beautiful. I do see you welcoming this rebirth with open arms. What is unique about your experience is that you are truly juggling a lot of the gifts, lessons, memories, knowledge from the past by releasing those, relaxing into the possible near successes that you have had. You have taken an unexpected path than what was others believed that you were on. There was a trajectory you were on that others imagined you would continue. And you stepped back from that path. You didn't go that way. And you've had to process a lot of regret, remorse, shame around not taking opportunities that seemed to promise you the success that others saw you capable of. But in fact, that success was shallow. It was superficial, and you were aware of that. So in releasing that and really coming around to recognize that this success, this goal is still possible, is giving you a tremendous amount of satisfaction. You are loving the process of shedding your old skin, releasing old lessons, old ideas about the way it was supposed to be, about who you were. You're letting yourself be who you are rather than the person others saw. And you are gaining satisfaction. You are complete. You're whole. You're happy with what you have. If you never achieve this goal, and perhaps in many ways you already have at some level, you are happy. And others may wonder how you can be happy having been denied so much. This is part of your secret right now. This is part of what the high priestess in you wants to record, wants to share, wants to break down, wants to communicate about, wants to leave a trail. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card and hope, Sagittarius, that you've enjoyed this reading so far. If so, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all of you that do. And I pulled health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. I love this for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to use a few of these cards to develop an extended reading from this. If you're interested, please join me. I'll include the link in the description box below. And until next time, Namaste.